Okay, we are recording. Welcome everyone to Moxie Monday. I was joking because I have my sidekick here. She's my assistant. Her name is Scotty, and she is, I don't know what's going on, but she's not tired. So she wanted to hang out with you guys, and I'm cool with that if you guys are cool with that. I did want to share tonight a fantastic topic that has really been helping me process being a busy person. You guys know I'm a busy mom, but not only that, I'm just human. And if you are also human, then you are probably busy, because what happens is all of a sudden in this generation, in our decades, we are overwhelmed with choices. We are overwhelmed with ideas of, you walk through a grocery store and there's like 50 options for cereals. You go through a car dealership and there's too many options, or you go through Netflix and you're like, what movies do I watch? And there's so many choices that it can seem to increase our busyness. And there's so many things to do instead of that typical simple living where, hey, this is just how it is, and we don't really have choices with A through Z. You just have A or B and you go for that. But I kind of miss that simple way of living. Not that I was alive hundreds of years ago in that kind of generation, but I do miss the concept of, hey, let's just keep it basic. Let's keep it at stage one, because the more that we try to accomplish, the less that we accomplish, and the cruddier personally I feel when I want to do it all. But what happens when we realize we can't do it all? That even though we can talk big game and we can prepare often about what we're going to do and how we're going to dominate the world, but when that energy isn't sustainable, when long-term growth, you can't try to squeeze in a 30-hour workday in, a 1 hour that you have available that day. You have to start setting some realistic expectations and think about the longevity of your business, of your health, because there's always going to be seasons of sprinting. But what is the pace that you need to establish to make sure that you're taking care of your health, that you're taking care of your customers, of retention, and your coaches for retaining them, and also going out there and making sure you're always getting those new customers and coaches. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. It's feeling that way. I'm going to switch over my screen to show you guys some slides for tonight. Thumbs up if you can see that. Awesome. All right. Perfect. So what I wanted to focus on in the month of September is just keeping things simple. And this is going to be a part 1 of 3 series, because there's 3 different topics that I wanted to talk about. This week was setting goals that set you up for success instead of walking into a disaster. And I speak very personal on this because I am an unrealistic goal setter. Because I shoot for the stars, and as we should. We talk about that all the time, like stretch yourself, go beyond what you think you're capable of. Why? Because what we tend to do is we tend to put a ceiling on ourselves, and that's not healthy. But what's also not healthy is if we set unrealistic expectations and then constantly feel like a failure, when really the problem is not that you're not capable, it's just that you're not setting up the right tools or systems to accomplish the goals that you have. So overwhelm, okay? What in the world? I've talked about this and just a moment ago when I was saying the amount of choices that we have can tend to overwhelm us. And there's humor in that, because Moxie Mondays, it's been around since the beginning of time, correct? But now, we have national wake-up calls, and now we have Monday night calls for our big team, Dynasty United. If you guys are just on that 8 o'clock call, then I also throw things at you like, hey, you should listen to this podcast, or hey, don't forget, let's do a burst of flash sale. Oh, and just in case you weren't already confused, this new product is coming out. And also, if you have time, then you should consider joining this event that's live. That's, the once in a lifetime thing. And on top of that, I really think you guys should read this book, because once you read this book and eat this way and change your diet to follow this new program, then you're going to lose 10 pounds. And when you lose those 10 pounds, you're going to be able to help 10 more. I mean, guys, you see the cycle here. I do this to you guys. She's laughing at me because I'm getting excited. I'm trying not to get my energy up, because obviously her energy is not going to sleep. So she's going to be able to, you want to play on the ground, babes? Let's see. She's not like a pet, but she kind of is. You want to play on the ground? You should hang. So I do this to myself. I do this to you guys because we all get excited. And what happens is we get really excited and these endorphins go to our brain and we're like, yes, I can do all this. Yes, I can hit Success Club 50. Yes, I can add 20 coaches this month. I can. You're right. I am self-sufficient. Hear me roar. But then what happens? We realize we still have, a house that we have to manage, kids that we have to feed. We still have to ourselves sometimes shower, sometimes, eat food, and sometimes pay attention to our spouse that's like coming and going. And, like there's other life to live. And I want us to live our life, not to feel like we're in bondage to our schedule that we're not managing properly. So the idea of overwhelm, I just want to eliminate that feeling and identify it as a feeling. And I am a huge proponent of knowing that feelings lie. So if I claim that overwhelm is a feeling, then the process is not that I'm mad that there's so many choices and trainings, because that's awesome to be part of a team and a company with so many options for development. But I don't necessarily think that it's a bad thing to have choices. Just like I'm not mad at Netflix. I'm not angry that there's so many movie options. What am I going to do? I'm going to go through. I'm going to say, that's the best fit for me right now. And I'm going to focus on what I'm able to do. So if you are ever feeling overwhelmed, realize that's just a feeling. And you can change your mindset from, instead of feeling bombarded by all of these options for trainings, for action steps, for tracking, for goals, for, keeping up with all of these groups, figure out what it is you need to focus on and only do that. Yes, I'm telling you sometimes to ignore my excitement and my blasting of what, we should do this and we should do this, and say, Laura, that's a great idea. I'm going to pinpoint that, but I'm going to focus on my road. I want you to be your boss. I want you to manage your schedule. I want you to be consumed with where you're going, that you're like, awesome, I'm so glad there's momentum. I'm so glad there's things going on here, but I'm going to stay on my road. I'm going to keep my head down and I'm going to track my work. Here's where we're going to go with this. I want us to do a time audit. I want us to audit how much time we have in a week, what we think we should be doing, and what we're really doing. Now, you might have considered doing this before. Maybe you've been a coach where you've done this before. This is a bit different. This is not necessarily a time audit like a time management class, not at all. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do a time audit on myself. And so I'm going to walk you through the humor in my day, because as I was walking through my personal time audit, I was like, Laura Mendenhall, you are a weirdo for really considering that you could fit in double the productivity into the amount of hours that you've carved out to work. It really is humorous. She thinks it too. You do hear that laugh? She's so cute. Okay, for example, let's just say this hypothetically. On Mondays, and this is something you could do for yourself. Okay, this is a challenge for you, but this is mine. Full transparency here. On Monday, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a workout in. And even though I do 30-minute workouts, y'all know it takes me an hour because I got to get my pre in me. And then that takes a second. And then, of course, I got to do some Instagram stories, which takes me a few minutes. And then I watch those Instagram stories to make sure I don't look stupid. So that takes a few more minutes. Y'all know that's true. You're like, it's just 30 minutes, honey. I'll be right back out. An hour later, you're done. So after I get my workout in, which I stop and start a couple of times because y'all know you got to get some videos of it, okay? And then you got to figure out the filter and now the content and then look at it a couple of times. And, oh, we already got some 5 views. No, pause on the Instagram, going back to push and play. So you push play again, you finish that, and then you look. It's just ridiculous. So it takes me about an hour to do a 30-minute workout. Maybe not you, but for me, it does. And then I have to do my recover and then do another story about that. These are all good things, but you got to manage. I got to be realistic. So I got an hour to work out. 30 minutes to an actual wake-up call. Sometimes it's 45 minutes. I'm going to crunch it down to 30 minutes. Not a big deal. Okay. And then you have power hour. PH is power hour. If I did a power hour that took me an hour, and I sat down, my butt in the chair, and I carved out, this is the tracker I'm currently using. Okay, I did this, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do 5 coach invites, 10 invites to my current group, whether it's free group, challenge group. I'm going to write down 3 things I'm grateful for. I'm going to encourage 2 people. I'm going to listen to some personal development, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that might take me an hour. All right, cool. An hour on social media. Why? I just grouped that together and I thought, oh, if I'm going to make a couple of posts on social media, then to type it up, get some pictures, that's minimal. Y'all, that is minimal. If minimal, I spend an hour on social media, which means I'm not scrolling and being dumb, but I'm just in it to win it, and then I leave, unplug, okay? Rarely happens, but let's say that I'm perfect. An hour on social media a day. An hour tonight, okay, on the family note, on the Dynasty United call, and then an hour Moxie Monday. That means today, just today. That's 5 hours. Where's my clicker? Come on, I was on a roll here. Oh, where'd it go? Sky, what did we do here? Hold on, guys, I'm gonna fix this. I want to walk you through this, but I don't want it to be messed up. Okay, here we go. 5 hours. Okay. Moving on. That's not always the day. So Tuesday, let's just say I have an hour workout, hour personal development, an hour power hour. Sorry, y'all. She's putting a little icing on the cake tonight for our call, throwing things off. An hour social media. You guys get that? That's 3 hours. Let's say I did the same thing on Wednesday. I don't really change it up. Why? Because I'm trying to keep things simple. That's another 3 hours. Thursday, Friday. That's another 3 hours. Let's say I'm nice to myself and I'm gonna take off Saturday and Sunday, which I like to do. Do y'all know that there's a lot of other things probably needing to happen? Why? Because there's also that personal development aspect of there that we try to do about 20 minutes a day. So let's add another 2 hours of the day. Let's add on, if we want to manage our challenge groups, like checking into people, doing one-on-one messages to them, scheduling some posts. Let's say that's like 30 minutes a day of like being in our challenge groups, managing that, hyping them up, and then unplugging, right? Just managing a little bit. Team stuff. You guys have a team. You have coaches that you're trying to train, checking in with them every now and again, maybe doing a 30-minute call with one of your coaches or doing some one-on-one messages. Please don't watch the video. Just pay attention to the screen. Pay attention to the PowerPoint, not her pulling my hair out. Okay, then what about new projects? Like, what about something new that you want to develop? A new group, a new theme, a new, baby girl, my hair is going to be, I'm going to be bald at this. Oh, new fun stuff that you really enjoy doing, okay? If you're doing the 2D Mindset certification, that's going to take some time to go through. If you are, trying to really hone in on your personal fitness goals, and so you have to do an extra hour of meal planning, whatever it is. Let's say you get distracted easily. That's probably another 30 minutes a day of even trying to like get in the zone. You sit down at your chair and you're like, what am I supposed to be doing? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Let me make a list. So you make a list. Finally, you get started. Those cushions of time, that will add up. Let's say that's another 3 hours. Do y'all know? Do you even know how much time that is in your week? That is 30 hours, which is amazing. But homegirl don't have 30 hours a week. Maybe you do. That's totally fine. But I love the fact that I can work this business part-time, right? My life goal would be to work part-time, get paid full-time. I hope that's something cool that you are looking forward to. So I have carved out 15 hours a week to work. But do you see here? I think that I can accomplish 30 hours of work. What can give? So here I am looking at my life and schedule thinking, why can't I accomplish everything? I had to do an honest time audit on myself. And I realized there is fat in this schedule that I need to cut because I can't do it all. But since I can't do it all, what should I do? So instead of focusing most of my time on consuming, which I love to do, I love to consume like podcasts and articles or webinars or whatever, personal development or reading best practices or trying to read in all these team pages and figure out what I'm missing and if anyone else is doing something that I need to do. That is beneficial only if I have the time to do that, which clearly you saw in my time audit, and maybe yours would be similar. I don't have the time to do that. So I need to spend the most of my time on producing. What does that mean and what does that look like? I need to decrease what I'm doing to get ready for work and just do the actual work. Okay? I need to spend 80% of my time. I say me, but I'm really speaking to all of us. I would love for all of us to spend our time on actually producing 80% of the time. What is producing, Laura? In other words, if you have 10 hours a week to work, you're built to build your dreams, which I think is very reasonable. And that's realistic. 10 hours, that's not like hypothetical of course I'm going to carve out 10 hours. No, that's like you tell your family, hey, I got this is my part-time job. I am committing 10 hours a week on this. I got my button chair, you got the kids, I'm going to work. That kind of 10 hours, not just la-di-da, while I'm going to the bathroom for 15 minutes, I'm going to work. That means I have to go to the bathroom like 40 times. I mean, maybe you do. That's fine. Go for it. But that was a lot of pottying. Maybe you drink that much water with to-be mindset. That's cool. Do your thing. 8 hours should be in connecting, inviting, and following up. What if you spent 8 hours a week doing that? What if I spent 8 hours a week doing that? Y'all, woo! I wouldn't have to worry about keeping my mom at rank because I would have customers coming in all the time if I literally have my butt in the chair 8 hours a day doing only connecting, inviting, and following up. But we're human, we get distracted. So how else can we improve our work ethic to keep things simple and fun? Do more with less. I feel like, hi, my name is Laura, and I have a problem. We have to come to a point where you take ownership and you laugh like, holy baloney, I have set some unrealistic expectations on myself, but I don't need that to reflect what I'm capable of. I know that my dreams are achievable. Why? Because I, in my heart of hearts, know that I am meant to help people, and I enjoy fitness and health and making myself feel better. So the least that I can contribute in my little time on this earth is to say I'm going to work hard for my family so I can be home with this little helmet head. And she fell. I probably need the irony in that as she dropped off my lap. So awareness. Do your own time audit, ladies, and be aware. That's the first step. That's the first step in the right direction, is to know how to make yourself better. You need to cut the fat. Where are you wasting time? Are you scrolling? Are you trying to keep up with the Joneses? Are you comparing yourself with other coaches? Are you spending time like literally looking at other coaches' posts and achievements and recognition and leaderboards and reading every single comment on every single team page because you want to be the most popular? Maybe that's not you, but I'm just saying, like, where can you cut the fat? We need to be encouraging, we need to be lifting up, and we need to be present. I don't want y'all to go MIA with me after this. I need to do life with you. You don't leave me here hanging. Y'all see how much I need you. But cut the fat. Where in your schedule can you get better? Third, accountability. You know it's coming. If you're smart, you know what I'm about to say. Y'all, I love my daughter so much, and she is such a blessing, and she's going to make me bald for more reasons than just stressed out right now. She's ripping this hair out. I love you, sweetie. Are you mad because you don't have any hair? Are you mad? She's mad. She's jealous. Accountability. Accountability. I'm going to say it. It's not a cuss word. Track it. We do. Yes, trackers. I know. I love trackers because they keep me on point, but I hate trackers because after a while it makes me feel itchy, like, I want to do something else. Why? I love chasing butterflies. I want to do things that are shinier. I want to do things that have that immediate gratification. I want a microwave, trophy. I want something that's instant. I don't want to work in crock pot business, but if you want long-term results and if you want something that's sustainable, accountability is key, which means the only way that you can stay accountable is if there's something measurable that somebody can say, how's this going? Show it to me. Prove it. Are you doing the work that you know you should be doing? Are you staying on point? Why should you track it? Because you know exactly what you should do to produce the results that you want. If you have 5 hours a week to work, tracker only. Only do that tracker. If you are working this business in 5 hours a week, totally possible. That's why I put it on here, to let you guys know you can do this in an hour a day if you do the tracker only. Just set yourself up for that kind of successful environment and goal. If you have more than 5 hours a week, do the tracker first. So I'm in this leadership training right now. I'm in this leadership training right now where my mentor said, okay, you are responsible for doing one of these each day. I printed 30 of these. And she said, if you don't turn this into me 4 out of 5 days a week, I'm kicking you out of the group. I was like, what? I love it. I was like, that's insanity, and I love it, and I needed it. Because up until that point, I just talked about working, and I work hard, but you just talk about it a lot. But until somebody looked at me and said, I believe in you so much that if you don't get your crap done, I'm going to kick you out of this group. And I was like, yes. So I rose to the occasion. And I want you to have that same fire in you to say, if you don't rise to the occasion, somebody's going to kick you out of their little success club party or their success partner group, their squad. I'm just kidding. I'm not kicking you out of Moxie. But this needs to be so serious to you that you understand, like, tracking your stuff will improve your work ethic. Tracking it will make you realize, oh, this is what it means to produce. This is what it means to actually get work done and not just prepare for the work to be done, not just think about it a lot, not just to write down my to-do list for the 40th time at a different angle, because it feels really good to check things off. I don't understand what is happening in my life. All right. But Laura, the tracker is boring. That's what I used to think. I don't want to hear those cuss words at me. Don't use that language in front of my children. The tracker is your business. You can do a lot of other fun things once you carve out more time. But if you got 5 hours of work a week, if you got 5 hours a week to work, you better do that tracker only, ladies and gentlemen. So next week, here's what we're going to do. We're going to learn about systems, which is kind of fun because those are the tools, the third-party things that we can set into place where it will free you up more to do things that you think are more fun. But if you're not producing and you're just wobbling around this business and this team and you're like, yeah, I'm going to hit my goals. Yeah, I'm going to be a top coach. Yeah, I'm going to be a diamond one day. But you are not showing up to produce anything because you think it's boring. Ladies, you own a business. You are the CEO, and I want you to take ownership of that. Stay within your box. I'm all about innovation. I'm all about fun. I'm all about, like, you do you. But you got to stay within your boundaries, and success leaves clues. When you track your business with the vital behaviors, you will see results. People come to me all the time, and they're like, Laura, I'm just discouraged. I don't know what to do. My team's not doing anything. But I don't know how to motivate anybody to get to rank. I'm struggling with my own goals for 500 PB and Success Club. And I say, okay, well, show me how many invites you did this week. And they're like, that's the thing. I just don't know how to do invites. And I'm like, okay, well, here is how. And we walk through an idea of how to funnel and like how to connect with people and build a bridge. There's trainings out there for that. We've gone over that, but I think that people overcomplicate it to stall. But you just come up with a good little blurb. You like and comment some stuff, and then you send them a message. Guys, it's not scarier than a roller coaster. If you can ride a roller coaster, you can do this because the adrenaline is there. It's not scarier than having your daughter scalp you during a team call. This is much worse than an invite. This is awesome. So stay within those boundaries in that box. Moxie One Day Challenge. My first challenge, which is not on this paper, is that you need your children to go to bed before 9 o'clock or they turn into savages. To gain personal momentum, keep up with things that are sustainable and duplicatable. I want you to redo your schedule. You might not be a culprit like I was, but I did find much humor in the fact that I was trying to squeeze in what I thought was a very simple schedule, but it was 30 hours of work, but I only wrote out 15 hours of scheduled work time, which means I hire help, or I hire a babysitter to come help me with Scotty, and I wake up at 5 a.m. and I get I get started early. But if I carve out 3 hours a day, it's gone. I don't have my hair. Then it's not going to happen. I'm gonna get frustrated. You guys, you're gonna get frustrated with your goals, and you're gonna like, why can't I do this? Why can everyone else hit their goals, but I can't? Maybe you have set yourself up with unrealistic expectations. So love yourself enough to be honest with yourself. Right, Scotty? Lord help me. I'm living on a prayer. Okay. You guys are awesome. I'm going to stop the recording now, and I'll upload this to YouTube and share it with Moxie. Because next time you see me, I'll be bald. All right. Peace out.